that we agree on so many things.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Ollie and I were just talking about Twitter and how we feel pressure whenever we tweet with like cancel culture.
Yeah,
so
we're afraid of cancel culture. So I was like, I disagree with something. Well, depending on what it is, like sometimes I speak out, but other things I'm like, I'm just gonna keep that to myself because I don't want rage to like come on me.
Yeah, I just feel like too, like when you say something on Instagram or like TikTok or Facebook, like people are slightly more supportive if they don't agree with you, or YouTube.
Yeah, right. I guess because like the people that are seeing your posts on YouTube or TikTok or like Instagram, they're like following you. Whereas Twitter, it's like everyone can like see you and hate you.
I see we already have so many people who are here.
Oh,
Alexis and Lizelle got here even before we started, so they were on time.
awesome. Oh, I forgot. I have to do the trick that I found that Brittany showed me where I can pop out the chat box and then overlay it over, since I can't like comment on StreamYard, but if I have the YouTube comments over it, then I can. So it's awesome.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yes.
I feel like Brittany knows like all the really cool hacks.
I know. Yes. I'm like, how do I do this? What's this?
So Alexis said, how are you doing today? I'm doing well. I don't know.
Yes. I'm doing well too. I had a productive day yesterday, both chilling, like the perfect balance of like chill and productiveness. So I feel like that's like what today's going to be too. So I'm happy.
That's great. Also, if you guys don't know, this is Holly.
Oh yeah.
We're just like having a conversation, and you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, I always forget. I'm Holly Davis, also known as Write Holly Davis. I have an AuthorTube channel, and also I'm on Twitter, Instagram, and I'm on Facebook. But usually I'm on Instagram and YouTube. I'm a middle grade and young adult fantasy writer, and I'm hoping to start querying again because I kind of I have some queries out for my manuscript, but I've kind of like shelved that, and I'm hoping to start querying again with a new manuscript, hopefully end of August, beginning of September. So I'm gonna keep on keeping on.
Yeah. Okay, I'm wondering if you've heard this before. I read somewhere online, I was talking to my mastermind writing group about this, but have you ever heard that you're not supposed to query in July/August before?
I've heard the summer is slow. So they don't say not to, but just that it's slow. And I definitely saw that last year because I had started querying in February and I sent out a whole bunch of queries in May. June was silent, and July, I think I had one response at the end of July. And like, so for 2 months, I'm like, come on guys, like, because I was trying to like do my like strategies of like, okay, I'll send to the people that respond the fastest so I can hear back and, you know, tweak things if I need to. And then it was 2 months of like nothing. So, and then I feel like August was pretty quiet too, but I maybe got a couple responses. So, but yeah, so I would say that's a pretty accurate.
Yeah. Last week in my live sprint, Lizelle was co-hosting it.
Yes, I wasn't able to be on, but I was like, I saw it and I was like, Lizelle,
She's so great. But yeah, I told her and everyone there, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna start querying this week. And then my one friend, like who's beta reading / critique partnering, was like, actually there's all these things you should fix. So I'm like, maybe I'll wait until like August, September.
Yeah. Well, I know, so, you know, my twin sister, Heather, she's querying right now and she's been hearing back from people. So people are doing things. So I'll say that.
Looking back in the comments, Emma's here. Hello. Amy, Lolly, Celeste, Katie. So I'm curious what everyone is working on right now today. So let us know in the comments. And what are you working on today, Holly?
Yeah, so I was going to do this during camp, but there was this kind of like freelance ebook project that I was doing that I finished on Friday. So I was like, wow, I'm kind of in this weird like limbo. So I'm like, I guess I'm going to work on rewriting my synopsis because that's that's the only kind of writerly thing that I have to do, which is kind of nice to be like, so yeah, I'll be rewriting that. And hopefully maybe I can get it done today. I don't know. So
yeah, synopses are always difficult.
I know, because I have the template of the YA version, I feel like it'll be easier for me to just swap things for like the new plot. So fingers crossed. But now I have like dual POV instead of like the single point of view. So I don't know if that's going to change things. So.
And you finished earlier in June with the rewriting it for middle grade, right?
Yes, yeah, like June 14th, I believe. Yeah, so then I should get feedback before July 12th because I wanted to give people a month. But I know some of my critique partners said they would get it to me early so that I could start like looking through their feedback at the start of camp. So that's why I was like, well, let me do my synopsis now because I might get all the feedback and be like, now I have stuff to do.
Yeah. So is that kind of like a tentative camp goal then to start revising that?
Yeah, so, my goal is to essentially finish the developmental edits and implementing the beta feedback. That's pretty lofty for me, but I'm like, hey, this is like if I can focus on it, I've been feeling more motivated and have more energy, so I feel like I can do it. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Thanks. I'm excited that you're going to start querying soon.
Yeah, so I want to go through and implement a couple more changes in my young adult contemporary, but I need like a break just to clear my head from that project. So I'm going to finish my YA thriller. That's what my main goal is for camp. But I think I'll finish it like before the end of July because I'm 41,000 words in.
Nice. That's solid. Yeah, I did see your Instagram post about your goals. So it's like you did a lot. Like you still did a lot. So
yeah, I think it was just like I was just too focused on the outcomes. And so like I got a lot done, but then like when you have really specific outcomes and you're like, I need to do this by this date, it can be like more disappointing. So I'm trying to get away from that a bit.
Totally get that.
So let's see. Lizelle said better to wait and be ready than jump in too early. Yeah. Totally. My one friend was saying, because she's just started querying, she's like, you'll know when you're ready to query. And if you don't like instinctually know, then you're not ready.
Yes, totally.
Alexis said, I just got done with chapter 7 of my work in progress, soon to be published by next year. Oh, that's so exciting. What is your work in progress that you're working on? Nicholas said, hello. Lizelle's doing sequel drafting, so she's working on that.
Ooh, that's so fun.
That is. Oh. Still deciding between doing the smart thing, outlining my Camp Nano project, or the more fun thing, rewriting my fantasy project.
Hey, rewriting is, I mean, if it's a thing you need to do.
Yeah, and also those are both productive. So
right.
It's not like Alexis said my novel is on the second to final draft. Celeste is going more in depth with her camp outline. That's always good. I re-looked at my outline yesterday because the last project, the one I'm hoping to query soon, is get contemporary romance. And so this one's a thriller. So I'm realizing as I'm drafting the first draft, I have to go back through a lot more to like make sure everything's lining up and I understand the plot.
Oh, I can't even, I feel like that's very daunting. Like I applaud you for that because that's gotta be hard.
Yeah, I just watched the other day Alexa Dunn's video about how for thrillers you should have like a main, like 2 plot lines almost, like the plot the protagonist is going through, and then I call it like the evil villain plot, but I don't think she called it that. But so I went and did that yesterday where I like mapped out the evil plot just so I knew what was going on with like the other characters.
Oh, that's cool. I saw that, but I was like, I'm not writing a thriller, but
yeah, it was a great video. If you guys are writing thrillers, highly recommend looking at Alexa Dunn's content or just her content in general. But
yeah, great content.
Kimberly Schwartz said, hey everyone, hello. Alexa said it's a government conspiracy YA novel. Ooh.
Whoa.
Sounds so fun. I've been wanting to get more back into dystopian lately. I feel like it's back.
Well, I know, like, so you were saying that you were doing like, you have like the contemporary romance and the thriller, and that reminded me that Heather had told me, oh shoot, was it Karen? Oh shoot, I forget. I see Heather's on here, but I can't remember if it was Karen McManus or I think it was Karen McManus. With her YA thriller, like mystery thrillers, like she originally wrote like YA, like dystopian, like fantasy, and then she wrote, One of Us is Lying, and it was like, oh, this is a completely different genre, but that's what she ended up like exploding in, and like, so it's cool to see like, it's good to try different genres too.
Yeah.
So
it is, yeah. Kimberly said she finished my novel last night. Her novel last night. So I don't know what to work on now. I guess I could start my nano project. Yeah.
yay!
Just
yeah, start early. Just do it.
Rinse if I don't have a clear goal. So you're doing better than me. Lolly said I'm working on the second draft of my YA contemporary romance story.
Yay.
And then Heather's here.
Hey. Hey, yeah.
She also said, yep, that was her.
Okay, good. Awesome.
Did she publish the dystopian stories, or was it like they didn't get published and then her thrillers did?
Yeah, I'm not sure the story because I know Heather saw. Oh, good. I think she's posting about it because I think Heather went to like a book signing like last year for her, so I think maybe she talked about it. So yeah, what'd she say? Oh yeah, there it is.
Sometimes I think about the fact, this is what Karen McManus said, that I wrote a dystopian and mythology-inspired contemporary fantasy and a fake dating rom-com before my first book published. And I am more surprised than anyone I found my niche in murder mysteries. Wow.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. So yeah, I wonder maybe I wonder if she got her agent with those but then couldn't sell them, or if she didn't get her agent until the murder mysteries. That would be a good question to ask her.
That's crazy, but that's honestly so inspiring. Like, I love stories of people who like kept persevering and like, I don't know, even just like the idea of finding inspiration or like your niche where you didn't necessarily think you were going to.
Totally. But here I am, like my nano novel. I'm like, oh, I just came up with a shiny new idea that's a YA fantasy. So I'm like, I'm trying to like branch out. Like I was like, oh, maybe I'll do another middle grade. And then this YA fantasy just came and I'm like, well, I guess I'm doing that now. So
well, you did branch out with like this one being middle grade. Right. So right. And you have a sci-fi project too.
Yeah, this Celestial Code is like has sci-fi elements. Like it's like a fantasy, but it's like more of like a portal fantasy, but it's like in space. So it's like kind of its own fantasy world, but there's some kind of sci-fi elements to it. But yeah, so I feel like a completely different genre that would be interesting.
Yeah, no, I enjoy though writing in different genres. I think it's fun. But I'm like already right now I have an idea for another YA contemporary.
Cool. Yay. I feel like that's what I would want to write because like I read a lot in different genres too. And actually in the beginning of this year, like most of my books were like contemporaries. And I was just like, I just don't feel like fantasy at all. And like, so I was like, oh, I should probably read a fantasy. But now I'm starting to get back into reading more fantasy. But so I feel like because I love contemporary so much that is something I could see myself writing in.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, I think in general, like whatever genres you read, you could almost see yourself writing. At least that's how it works for me.
Totally.
I read like every genre of YA and I could see myself writing it. But then like adult books, I'm like, maybe not.
I don't know adult. Like I don't. When I read something, I'm like, oh, this is adult. Like it could have been YA. I don't know. I'm enjoying it. I mean, I'm an adult now, so I guess that's why I'm just like anything I read, I'm like, oh, it should be YA, right?
I know, it's so weird now, like thinking about the fact that I am still reading YA novels, but like when I was younger, I used to look up to them like, whoa, these 16-year-olds are so cool and old. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, they're younger than me.
I know, it's crazy. The pull is just so strong with YA. It's like there's something about it, like the first loves, all the self-discovery, growing stronger. It's just like everything. So
I think part of it for me too is like the no responsibilities.
yes, right.
They
Because
just
it's always boring. So it's like, why do you want to read about like, oh, got to do my taxes now?
okay. It's already been like 15 minutes. So do we want to start our first sprint? Let us know in the comments how long you want to go. Like if you want to do a warm-up sprint or longer sprint, and I'll bring up the emoji timer.
I love your emoji timer. Yes. I just still use like my phone and I'm like, but I was thinking about it the last time I did. I was like, ooh, I wonder if I should do something fun like Angela does.
If you type in, it's like free on Google. I just type in emoji timer and it's like the first thing that pops up. If you ever
Oh, that's so cool. Well, I can't steal the emoji timer. I need like another timer because like the emoji timer is your thing. Fun timers. Let me see.
I think the website has more than just the emoji because I've used like Christmas ones from the same website. The website has a lot of ads though, as you can see. It used to not be this bad.
Okay, cool. Oh, I'm gonna look this up now.
So we got some 15s. So I think 15 sounds good.
Yeah. Oh, this is fun. Okay, I'm saving this.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I think fun timers make it amazing. Oh yeah, we have to bet on which ones we think are gonna win.
Oh, yes.
Ooh, interesting.
Oh, there's the one with the mask. Oh my gosh. I want the like, really? Yeah, that one's mine, number one. So they're like, really?
I think I'll choose the one who's wearing the mask just because people should be wearing masks. So hopefully mask guy wins.
Yes, yes, thank you.
Let us know in the comments which one you think is going to win, and then I will start the timer and we can check in at the end and see who won.
I'll mute myself too when I'm like
Okay, I think that is time. Well, I think you're still muted. Wait.
I was muted. I'm so used to like having sound. Thank you. I was like, no, the cowboy one. Like I looked up, there was 2 minutes left, and the eye roll one was winning.
I looked up around 40 seconds and the mask guy was winning, and then like right at the end the cowboy came across the finish. I remember the first time I used the emoji timer in a live sprint. Evie was the co-host. Evie and Jasmine were co-hosting with me, and we literally spent like too much of the time like looking at the emojis.
They're so fun. It's hilarious.
They are.
I love it. And like, you don't know which one you're gonna get.
Let's see. Let us know in the comments how you guys did on that sprint, and I'm gonna see if anyone won. Celeste and Amy both chose the cowboy. Yeehaw! And then Grace just joined. Hello, Grace. And AA also just joined. Didn't want to disturb the sprint, and hope everyone is well. Hope you are well also.
Yes.
And then Better Days Are Here said hello, everyone.
Hi. So many friends, yay. I rewrote maybe half of a page. So it's going well so far.
That's pretty good. Of the synopsis.
Yeah, so it's like, if it's 2 pages, it should be double spaced. So that's what I've got right now. But ideally, I would have a 2-page and like a 1-page version, because some people only want like 1 page, but some people are okay with 2. So it's like, if I can give you more information, here you go.
Yeah, no, it's hard to like take the entire plot of a novel and put it down into 1 page. 2 pages is a little.
So rough. You just want to say everything.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh, I like went back through and reread a little bit of what I had written before, because I haven't worked on this in like over a month, and it's in first person. So I wanted to make sure I got like the voice right. So
totally. Yeah, it takes a while to get like back into it.
Yeah. Especially, this is like my first time writing in first person. I just really wanted to do it because I love YA or just thrillers in general with like unreliable narrators. So I wanted to do that, but like it's so hard.
So fun. No, that's what Project Pride was for NaNoWriMo. It was first person, and usually I write in third person. So it was like a change for me. But then I would catch myself like, once I went back to like my other projects and like editing them, and I would start writing in first person. I'm like, no, this one's third. Like, what are you doing? So it's like, it's like hard when you've got 2 different.
Yeah. I think for me too, I've discovered this really weird thing. When I'm writing in first person, my mood seems to influence the voice a little more than third person for some reason. So I've noticed that the character's voice changes based on like how I'm feeling, and it's not good.
I don't know if I do that. I'd have to see.
It's weird because I never do that with like third person, which you think that would still happen in third person, but
yeah.
Amy said she got 195 words. That's awesome.
Yay.
Celeste didn't work on my project, but I did edit together a thumbnail for a video. Ooh, I love making thumbnails.
Me too.
Lizelle got 550 words, and my chapter is already too long, like please. AA is still outlining for camp.
Cool.
Drew just joined. Hello. And they've done a little bit of a character profile.
Awesome.
That's awesome, yeah. Heather should be working on a freelance assignment, but ended up sending out a few more queries. LOL, oops.
It's not a bad thing.
No. Emma chose rewriting and got 386 words. Also, Emma, if you wanted to work on both, you probably technically would have enough time, I feel like, to do both.
Totally.
The rewriting and the outlining.
Ooh.
And Amber deleted 2 pages of work. No.
Is that good? Are you like an overwriter trying to cut words? Because in that case, it's good.
Yeah. So, do we want to do another sprint? Are we thinking like, I think we should probably go slightly longer than 15.
I'm cool with that. Yeah. 15 minutes. Everything goes by too fast now. It's like I'm going to have to keep like increasing it.
Yeah. I think for me, it's like a mental thing. Like I like the shorter sprint and then like increasing and increasing and increasing.
Yeah. Yeah. Gets you like you start like it's a warm up and you get in the zone and then yeah.
Yeah. So let us know in the comments if you're thinking like 20, 25. And then Amber responded back and said, I overwrite. Chapters are too long.
Yay, so two pages deleted is good.
I feel like in some ways, Amber, and correct me if I'm wrong, it would be really awesome to be an overwriter. Because then when you're editing, it would be so much going back through and deleting, where I feel like I'm always adding more when I edit.
I feel like I'm neither. Like no one talks about just like the like the like exact writer because what tends to happen I find is like maybe I'm adding scenes like to beef something up, but then when I like do line edits or something and tighten things up, then it like cuts the word, so I end up around the same amount I had started with in the first place. So or like maybe I'm like deleting some scenes but then adding different ones and then it evens itself out. So
I'm kind of like that too, because in my YA contemporary, the first draft was 85,000 words, and now the draft I'm working on is 76,000. So I think I was probably technically an overwriter, and each draft got a little bit shorter, but that's not like a huge.
I see. Yeah,
and it's all the line edits because I have to rewrite everything else. But then I go through and do line edits, and it's like adjective deleted, adverb deleted.
Right. It's my favorite part. It's the best. Oh
no, I like the developmental revision.
So developmental, like it overwhelms me because I knew how hard it was for me to write the draft. Then to like think that it still needs so much more work, I'm like, man, can't it just be done? Whereas like with line edits, like it's all there. Just pretty it up and like tweak it, and it's like, oh, it's the best thing in the world. I'm almost there.
I always, during line edits, I had this issue where like I focus really in depth on like one problem, and so then I like ignore all the other problems. Like I'll be like, okay, I need to delete adjectives. There's so many adjectives, and then I'll just like go through and do that, and then like there's like all these grammatical issues I'm just not dealing with. And then I'm like, no, I have to go back through again.
Well, you can do my developmental edits. I'll do your line edits.
Emma says I could totally do both, but I'm kind of got stuck in my outline and I don't feel like fixing that right now. So we'll do that tomorrow. Yeah, giving it time could maybe help you come up with some ideas.
Totally.
Lizelle says 20, 20, 20. So I will set the timer for 20 minutes then.
I was thinking 20 in my head, but I'm like, I will not influence everyone.
And then Lizelle said she's a bad overwriter because I always just add more and then I never want to delete anything and then the book is huge.
Yeah, how many words is Blood Like Magic? Is that right? Did I say that right?
I think that's right. Yeah.
Okay. I was like, oh gosh, I hope I'm not butchering your title.
I always still refer to it as like the Black Witches book because when I first started following Lizelle, that's what it was. And like she said it so many times, and I'm like, oh, Black Witches book.
Right.
Amber said it's a little bit of both. I'm in the process of editing, and I feel like cutting as much as I am adding. Emma's rewriting for the first time, and she feels like her first draft is pretty much the right length.
Nice.
I'll set the timer. So, ooh, interesting ones this time.
Ooh. Gotta go with that monocle life.
I think I'm gonna go with the like shocked guy, number 2. So let us know in the comments which one you think is gonna win. I think I don't know if we have any more comments, but this is like the last comment we can see right now. Oh, here's Lizelle's comment, and then so after this one we can start. So the title, that's the title, Blood Like Magic. It's currently 145,000 words. Wow, so that's like a pretty big, like
Nice.
sci-fi slash fantasy. So like that's always longer.
Yep.
So I still call it the Black Witch's book in my head.
Oh, nice. I'm so bad. I'm like the titles are like when I think of a premise, I'm like, oh, and this is the title. Like I'm just like, why? I'm like, I don't know anything, but I have the title. Like this makes no sense.
That's kind of interesting, though. I feel like I'm the opposite way. I usually discover the title within like the first or second draft, and it's usually like a phrase that I write in, and then I like write it, and I'm like, "That's it."
Ooh, that sounds so fun. I love that. For some reason, like when I come up with the idea, the title like comes with it, and it usually doesn't change. But like that sounds so fun to like have that discovery.
Yeah, it can be fun up until like the point before I make the discovery. I get a little bit frustrated. Like right now, my YA thriller, I'm like, it's the YA thriller, and I'm like, I don't know what the title is. So when you get that moment, it's like worth it. But
Oh.
hopefully I'll get that moment. I shouldn't even say that happens all the time. It happened with my YA contemporary, and then it happened with the projects I worked on before that one that I shelved. So I'm just hoping it's going to happen again.
Oh my God, I hope so. Good luck.
Okay, I'm going to start the timer, and then we'll catch up on the comments after and see which emoji wins. Well, I think it's time. Wait.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh, that went so fast. I did it again. That went by way too fast. No way.
What?
No way. That was not 20 minutes.
I wonder too if like it had been going on for longer, because I don't know about you, but I like looked back over and I was like, oh, I should probably check what time it was, and it was like 0 minutes. So I was like, oh.
I have no idea. I was like in the zone, man. I'm like past the halfway point of I'm like getting to the 75% mark in the synopsis, but I know I'm going to be over the 2 pages. So I'm going to have to be tweaking things a little bit, but it's going well. So
That's good. Yeah. Yeah. That's always such a hard thing to do. Oh my goodness.
Monocle Man, you failed me.
My little shocked guy did pretty well. What else people voted for? Celeste also voted for the shocked guy. So
what is 2 for 2?
Oh yeah, wow, she chose the cowboy one. So here's what we do next time. We wait until she votes and then choose whichever one she chooses.
You gave it away. We should have said that in the private chat, so now she does.
Monocle dude. Angelina said she's just joining in. So hello. And she's debating if she wants to edit a video or try to do some more outlining.
Nice.
So, I feel like a lot of people are outlining today, which makes sense with camp coming up.
Yeah. That's so fun. Man, makes me want to like outline my shiny new idea.
Heather agreed too that it went way too fast.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, they're agreeing.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah.
That's what I tell my patients, like, because their appointments are usually an hour. And so then, like, sometimes they'll be like, oh, that's it? Or we're done? I'm like, yeah, it's been an hour. They're like, what? And I say, time flies when you're having fun. They're like, yeah.
Yeah, I used to have to go to physical therapy when I had cross-country injuries, and the time always did fly by.
Oh, fun stuff.
Yeah, I never thought of that before, but
yeah.
Lizelle said this one went super fast for some reason. I did 651 words and finished my word count for the day. Woo!
Yay! Beast mode!
Yeah, wow, that's so many words. Oh my goodness. I don't think I wrote that many at all.
Hey, better than nothing.
Yeah. I'm also curious, what's your word count that you're trying to go for? Like, do you keep the word count the same every day, or do you like mix it up? Or, and I'm always fascinated by how people track words.
Yeah, it's so hard for me to like figure out with like my word count, because it's like when I'm drafting, it's usually during NaNoWriMo, so it's pretty much just like write as much as you can, you know?
Yeah.
I don't have like a normal, like healthy, like daily amount.
I'm gonna try for Camp Nano, because my goal is to write 40,000 words, but I guess I'm technically starting a little early. But YA thriller. But I think I'm gonna try. I've noticed that like I don't always write the same amount. Like some days in an hour I can write like 1,500 words, and then other days I can write like 300 words. So I'm considering having like weekly word counts and then just putting in an hour or 2 hours every day.
I love that. Yeah. Not having the like word count pressure, because then
every day.
I know Brittany was talking about that. She's like, well, then I was just like overwriting because I was just writing words to like hit my word count, and it wasn't like, you know, actually like meaningful. And so
yeah,
it's like that makes sense. I'm sorry if I keep moving my arm. I have Zuko is on my lap.
Aww.
But here's his cone. So we gave him his meds right before this, so he's like passed out. He was like twitching and dreaming while I was writing. I was like, the cutest thing ever. So just like, why does she keep looking down and moving her arms?
Amy said 25 minutes next time. I'd be good for 25 minutes.
I think so. Yeah.
And then Miranda just joined. Hello, Miranda. Thank you for joining us. She was going to go with the angry dude, but changed it. I think next time we're all going to, like, Celeste is going to say something and we're all going to be like, that one. And then she's going to be like, never mind.
Maybe I should go with my second pick because I go with, like, my gut, like the one I want to. So maybe I should do that. Maybe I should change it, whatever one I initially want to do. I'm going to try that this time.
Grace is on page 4 of her essay. She can't wait to be finished with it. It's killing me.
Oh.
Emma got.
How long does it have to be? I wonder how long does your essay have to be?
Because page 4, that's a pretty long essay.
I know, yeah.
Emma got 434 words, but got distracted and folded a paper crane.
Oh, I wish you could show us. That's awesome.
Yeah. Amy got 286 words.
Yay.
Kimberly read through 4 chapters to figure out what she wants to write for camp.
Nice.
Are you considering, Kimberly, like working more in the project that those 4 chapters are from? Or is it like, are you trying to decide if you want to keep working on that project or a different one? Lizelle, I'm doing 1,000 words per day until I finish my sequel. So since it's so realistic for me to do in an hour, I actually stick to it.
That's a really good goal. I like that.
1,000 words a day, yeah. I love word count goals though to an extent, which is why I'm keeping weekly ones. Just because I think they're like, you feel so accomplished when you look at your word count.
Totally. It's easy to like see that progress too. And I mean, with like, because if you do pages, you're like, well, I wrote like 3/4 of a page, or then you feel like you have to finish the page. And then chapters are really long, so you go by chapters. So yeah, maybe go by like characters. Be like, I don't know how many characters are in a thing, but like it's like, oh, I wrote like 5,000 characters, which is really only 500 words. But I don't know how it works, but.
Yeah, no, it's like, I just always feel so productive when I'm drafting. And then when I'm editing, I like always, because it's so much harder to keep track of edits by word count. So then I'm like, the goals are so much smaller numerically.
Right.
So we want to do 25 minutes?
I think 25 minutes is good. I think we're all like getting in the zone, and that's why the 20 minutes is going by so fast. So...
That's so awesome that we all thought that though, because that means like we're all in the zone.
Yes, yeah, it's so fun.
Okay, let's see which. Oh, jeez, the guy with the nose. Oh boy. I think I'll go with the funny nose guy.
I was gonna go with the funny nose guy because really I would go with like that, like number 1. I don't know what that one is, but the funny nose guy is like, I definitely would not pick him, so I'm picking him.
Let us know in the comments if you're going to be joining Holly and I with funny nose guy or a different one.
What's the long nosed guy?
Pinocchio?
Oh, is that it? Yeah. No. I was thinking of I was like, wait, there was some Cyrano de Bergerac.
Wait, what?
There's this like old story I remember reading senior year in high school, and it's called Cyrano de Bergerac, but he has a really long nose. So people think I'm crazy. But if you look up, hold on, let me look up.
Was it like an old Pinocchio story?
I don't remember. I think he liked a girl, and yeah, he likes a woman, I think. His beautiful intellectual cousin, Roxanne. Okay. This was in Paris in 1640. So this was written in 1897, but I remember actually really enjoying it. But anyways, I'm gonna stop if anyone wants to.
I think I saw Allison just joined us. Hi. And she also said the name of
Oh
it.
my gosh, look at
So,
you, just
the
busting
version.
out. I was just about to type it. You got it, girl. Yes.
I've never heard of this story before. I do
I'm
feel
voting for Cyrano.
I remember reading the weirdest short stories in high school.
Oh
Like
yeah.
there was one like about like the most dangerous game that was like about hunting people.
Yeah, I remember that one. That one was good.
And there was that one that was like by William Faulkner about like the girl who kept her dead lover in her house. It was like so
Oh,
bizarre. It was called like A Rose for Emily.
oh, I don't know if I read that one, but that one actually sounds really cool.
Yeah, it was actually honestly, in my opinion, it was better than most of the William Faulkner books I had to read for school.
I mean, it
But
sounds pretty good. Dead body, you know.
I just was always curious like why we were reading those stories, you know? Like some of them like why what's the point of this?
Yeah, yeah, because they're classics.
Allison said she's French, so it helps remembering those old French books.
Oh, fun. Nice.
Yeah, I actually didn't read that many French authors in school. The only one we read was Albert Camus. So we
I
read The
don't know.
Stranger,
Oh, yeah, I
which
don't
is a
know
really
that
good
one.
book,
Cool.
but I'm sure Allison knows who Albert Camus
Probably
is.
knows that one too. I wouldn't remember the authors. I'd be like, I like remember like the titles and like that's pretty much it.
It depends for me. Like if I really like the writing style, then I remember the author's name. But if I prefer, like if I thought the story was better than the writing style, then I remember the story.
Mm,
It's very weird for me.
that makes sense. Yeah. Cool.
Okay. I guess now we should probably start the timer. People are like, why are they talking about these old books? Okay. Okay. So I think the timer is up. Again, I wonder how long it was up for before we noticed.
Oops. Oh my gosh, I have got 1.5 lines to like move up to get the 2-page synopsis. Like, I am so close. I need to do this.
That's so exciting. Oh my gosh.
That,
I've written so far, like in our sprints today, a little bit over 1,000 words, which is really good.
awesome.
Yeah. But
Yes.
I gave up to like a plot. Like I just like don't know where to go next. So then I went on Pinterest, which was like not that productive.
Hey, I mean, it's still good. I had my phone here. I was thinking, I'm like, oh, I'm probably gonna just like also be on here, but because I'm like making progress, I'm like, oh my gosh. And then Chris went to McDonald's and I didn't ask him to get me anything, but he got me, I always get the large unsweetened iced tea and then I put the like stevia in. So he just like brought it over. I'm like, oh, thank you. I was like, you know what I want. Super happy. Oh my goodness.
I'm looking over at the comments. Let us know how you all did too. But Allison said you should try Alexander Dumas. The Count of Monte Cristo is a masterpiece. I love The Count of Monte Cristo.
Oh, I don't know if I ever read it.
I didn't read it in school. I just read it for fun. But it's all about like revenge and like this guy who's like poor and then he like creates like his own fortune to get back at people in his life. But it's so good.
Ooh. I feel like maybe I read it and then we watched like the movie or something like in school. I feel like that was a thing that happened.
I think with Moby Dick we like watched the movie instead of reading the book. So I get that.
Nice. No, I don't think I ever read Moby Dick. Maybe only like an excerpt or something. But I never had to read the whole thing.
On our curriculum, because we had to do American Lit our sophomore year, and our our teacher was just like, wow, I'm way too into college. Our teacher was just like, yeah, like Moby Dick's so boring, so we're just gonna watch the movie instead. You'll know everything you need to know from the movie. So,
wow, savage.
Honestly, the plot to Moby Dick doesn't sound that great, so I wasn't.
There was this Pitch Wars book. I don't know if it got sold or not. I have to look for it, but it was called The Celestial Seas, and it was like a Moby Dick inspired, like I think it was like a sci-fi or something, but it was like based off Moby Dick. So yeah, it sounded cool, and I noticed it. So I was like, oh, because I'm like, oh, my book is called The Celestial Code. This is called The Celestial Seas. So I was like, what is this about? So I don't know if anything happened with that, but
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Angelina got to about the midpoint in a very general outline. I seem to only have one plot, so it's very basic. I'm trying to find some subplots.
Hey.
As long as we get the main plot, subplots are fun. So
yes.
Grace went and got some lunch.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Oh my gosh, I think my mom said we're having like an Italian night tonight. It's like pasta and like bread, like toasted bread, and I'm so excited.
Ooh, I'm going to be seeing my mom and older sister, and we're getting pizza. So it's an Italian.
Everyone's having Italian tonight. I'm ironing out some timeline issues. Oh wait, did Celeste win?
Oh wait. Oh, we forgot to see what everyone said.
Yeah, so the weird, I don't know what guy that is.
Oh, the sleepy close eyes. So Lizelle got
yeah.
Celeste
didn't get it that time.
Wonky eyes.
I think that might have been the number one.
Yeah. Crazy.
Amy also got it.
Go Amy, yay! Yeah, I totally forgot to see.
Yeah, I did too. Anyways,
Oh,
Celeste said she's ironing out some timeline issues. Timeline issues are really rough.
man.
I always
Yeah.
say at the beginning of every project, I'm going to create a timeline in the beginning and I'm going to know the dates of everything. And then somehow along the way, it always gets messed up.
Well, with like the dual timeline for me, that or the dual POV, I'm realizing like, oh, I have all this stuff that's happening for this one character, but like now how like what's going to happen in the time with this character? Like I feel like there's not as much stuff. So like trying to balance it out in that sense for me, it has been difficult. So yeah, that's where my timeline. I'm like, oh, just trying to make sure I have enough stuff like in the time that's been passed for the other character.
Yeah, no, I get that. My YA contemporary is kind of like dual point of view, third person. So like there was like
Mm-hmm.
a one specific thing where like the one character is doing something really interesting, and then the other character like wasn't, and I'm like, ooh, like I just skip ahead for her chapters. But I can only imagine if like fantasy would be even more.
Yeah, well, it was hard too because I'm like, ooh, like I know what's gonna happen with this character, but I'm like, wait, but like the other scenes for the other character have to happen first. But now there's like 4 chapters for this character, and then it's like without the other character's point of view. So it was like hard to balance that. So
Yeah.
we'll see for my beta feedback because there's a couple chunks where I was like, should I add in another chapter or
If it makes you feel better though, I feel like in fantasy especially, like authors like Sarah J. Maas and like Lee Bardugo, when they have chapters like a bunch in a row that are from one person's point of view, then like I never really like seem bothered by that, if that makes sense. Like
cool? Okay,
I'm never
good.
like, ugh. Sometimes the only time I don't like it is when I don't like the person's point of view. So like in the Throne of Glass series, I don't really like Manon, the one character who's like the witch. So
Yeah,
every time she came up, I was just annoyed. But like I didn't get annoyed by like there being too many like Aelin chapters in a row. It was just
yeah. No, that actually makes sense. I didn't like, and that's what I didn't do. I didn't like study like other like POV, like dual POV books to look and see like what are they doing. I'm just like, I hope I'm doing this right.
yeah. I feel like that's one of those things that you worry about a lot as an author, and then as a reader, you just like don't even notice it.
Totally. Yeah.
Allison got 860 words. She was in the zone.
Whoa, that's awesome.
Everyone's in the zone today.
Wow, I love it.
Amy got 335 words, almost at my goal for the day. Woo!
Awesome.
Also, I think we have time probably for one more sprint. Are you thinking?
Yes, I was just thinking that. I was like, because I'm supposed to meet my mom, so I was like, how long is it going to take to get to my mom's? But I'm meeting them at 4 my time. So yeah, if we do one more, it should be perfect.
Yeah, maybe a cool down sprint.
Perfect. I love
in the comments like 15 minutes, 10 minutes. What we're feeling there.
idea. Now I've got tea fuel.
Lizelle said stopped writing but was working on some video thumbnails.
Nice.
Emma got 436 words.
Woohoo.
And then Lizelle said this a little while ago, so she might already be gone. But thank you so much for joining us.
Yay, thanks, Lizelle. You got your word count done, girl. So
she got her word count done and then also thumbnails. So
yeah, thumbnails too. Yeah.
No, I didn't. Chris said 1,344 words, so that's awesome.
Nice.
15. Yeah, so I'll set the timer for 15 then, so
cool.
We can start it. Ooh. Oh, wait, you guys can't see it. I didn't bring up on the screen. I was like, ooh, these emojis are interesting. I really want to go with like the number 2.
I'm going with number 3 because that's like been me today. I've just been like laughing so much.
That's a good day though. Emma says, okay, I'm tapping out. It's getting late and I'm really tired. Have fun with the cool down and I'll see you guys next week. Yep, see you next week, Emma. Thanks for joining.
Thanks for joining.
Okay, I will start the timer. Oh, yeah, and let us know in the comments also which one you're choosing. Visual.
Did it just end? I just happened to look over. No, I was so
sad I won.
He's sad because the sprints are over.
I don't know if anyone actually chose that one.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
No.
Most people chose one or...
Fatima, what the hell is going on? Oh, that's so funny. I finished the synopsis. I think I'm just going to stick to the 2 pages right now.
Yeah.
Because most say 1 to 2. So I'm like, I'm only going to cut it to 1 if they need it to be. But then I started looking at agents. So I'm excited.
Exciting. I didn't really do anything productive. I journaled a little bit and then went on Pinterest some more.
Nice. Hey, that is so productive. Come on now.
It's Sunday, so, you know.
Totally.
Amy said she had to go. I said goodbye and thanks for joining us. Alley Cat just got here and forgot to say hi. Thank you for joining us. That was our last sprint. Allison got 449 words and finished 1 chapter. Yay! And Heather got some lunch.
Some lunch. Yeah, I'm getting hungry now.
Yeah. So I think that's probably where we're going to end. But thank you all so much for joining. I'll be back next week, Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And every single Sunday at that time in July. So that's exciting.
Yes, I'm going to try to be there next week, too.
Thank you.
I like this is a good time, you know?
Yeah. No, I like it. I like the idea of, I try to make it consistent. So it's almost like a little community that we can kind of create. But Holly's information is in, or channel link is in the description. So definitely go check her out because she has amazing videos.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. Alley Cat said she got 107 words, so that's awesome. But I think we're going to log off now. See you all next week, and thank you everyone for joining.
Bye, guys.
Bye.